Ken McPeek, you were just answering another person's question about something that I wondered with senior investment, your Belmont starter. That was the Louisiana Derby, where if you look at his form lines, he's improving, and then after that he's improving. But that one race is kind of an aberration, and you were saying that maybe he wasn't ridden quite properly in that race.
Yeah, he got into him a little bit early in the race. Around the 5 furlong pole, he kind of started knuckling on him, and then the 4.5, he was really, and he got anxious. I think that the jockey got anxious, not the horse, and the horse is going to do what he asked him to do. But I think that, you know, and after we ran that race, I said Channing down, I said, look, be more patient with him, let him do the work. And you know, like I explained, horses are like slingshots. You got to hold them together and hold them together. And most good horses only have a 1/4 of a mile burst. And if you use the burst down the backside, or if you use it in the turn, then you lose that energy to the wire. And he's a horse that I think he's just going to need to sit still. He's going to need to let the horse do all the work, you know, all the way through the second turn. And then when they straighten up, let him roll. And that's where you put yourself in a position with the pace of the race where they come back to him. And you know, it's exciting. We're in the middle of it.
You know, speaking of being in the middle of it, you weren't in the middle of it really at all in the Preakness in a way, but watching the race again this morning, I noticed he had one of those weird trips that you sometimes see where a horse just gets stuck in the back kind of, and it's not like, there's not a lot of stuff going around him, but even with just the 2 horses next to him, he just kind of he didn't have anywhere to go for maybe the first part of the second turn. I mean, and it looked like he really had a lot to do once he finally got free. I mean, what were you thinking when you saw the race and then looking back on it?
Well, we haven't talked about it much, so it's a good point. Channing was upset. He came back after the race and was upset. He said, we could have won this race if I could have got through a little bit. And I said, well, you know, I didn't see it myself. And I tend to kind of look forward. Once I hit the wire, I move on. I don't like going back studying it too much. But he said we could have won the race if he'd gotten through. So who's to say, you know, it's another day and the horse has progressed and he's done everything right. You know, you couldn't ask him to eat any better. You couldn't ask him to hit the ground any better. He's had 2 good little maintenance works over the track that I think are really important. I think Belmont's such a difficult racetrack, and when you get a horse over it that doesn't handle it or hadn't had what I'd call maybe engage their muscles with it a little bit, and the sights and the sounds of it all, because it's so large, he's handled it good. I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, his work yesterday, obviously you weren't looking to break any clocks, but just from, I saw it on video, it looked to me like he was striding out really nicely through the stretch. I mean, what did you think of the way he went about his business yesterday?
Well, I think Dylan was a little conservative with him the first quarter and maybe went a little too slow, and he could have even gone quicker the last quarter. But, you know, I asked him, I said, what about it? He said, look, if I just smooch to him once, he goes 10 lengths quicker. But we really didn't need that. The horse just doesn't need that. He galloped out good, and he finished up in 12s and change, and it's a 12s race.
Yes,
it's a race that they go 12s all the way around there, and if they go 12s, then that horse can easily win.
You're 12-1 on the line. Do you think you're going to be 12-1? I'd take 12-1 on senior investment.
I was surprised.
Same price as Patch. I think you're going to be a shorter than 12-1. I think this horse has got he's got a little buzz behind him.
Well, looking at Lee, we beat him last time. He's 5-1, so I don't know.
You don't care about the odds, though, do you? You want the trophy.
Horses are the math, and I'm not going to be going over there trying to cash a ticket. We're just trying to win a race.
Thanks, Kenny. Best of luck.
Thanks.